If you are watching this and you want to run, or you're thinking about running, or you have started running a bunch of times and you keep not following through, like that running 1 mile unbroken is a victory. If it's a victory, it's a victory. Don't write that off. Do not write off whatever the victory is. Welcome to the video. Missed last week, just had too many other things going on. Last week for it to make sense for me to include also trying to make a video with training, this, that, or the other, so we missed a week. It's okay. At the end of the last one, I finished up a run at the same trail that I'm headed to now. So I'm headed down to Salt Lake Point on the road. And goal today is more climbing. We are working on also just kind of testing out. It's a test day, So, so far the last 2 weeks, I think I got 1,100 and change on my climb, and the week after that was almost 13. This week is to get above 14. I'm wondering if I can stretch this run into closer to 2K. We've been adding 10 minutes a week. We're just doing everything time on feet right now. And so today is an hour and 50 minutes. So I know some pieces of the trail that I'm not gonna hit that I hit last time that were pretty flat, which will give me more time to climb. And so we're gonna knock that out. And we're gonna test out some of the, here's some of the nutrition that I'm playing around with today. Our goal per my coach, she wants me to get 70 to 80 grams of carbs per hour. And right here, I've got, there's 75, 100, these are 20 a piece, so there's 140, 160. So I need to get at least all but one of these down, and just kind of playing around with different stuff, figuring out what I like the best. I'm a big texture guy, and these are 4 very different textures between the different gels and the snack. We'll figure it out. Got about 1 liter of water right there. We'll put one of these electrolyte tabs from Switchback in there. The other one will just be clear, just fresh water. Also, shout out Switchback. One, they make a great product, but also Jeremy Miller, one of the owners, just put out a pretty cool documentary on his first 100-miler. And that's out on YouTube. That was a lot of fun to watch last night. Got me all jazzed up. Unfortunately, we've got kind of a sad puppy dog right there. He is not feeling good. He got a little bit sick, and he's on the mend, plus probably a little bit sour that he is not going on adventures right now. So, yeah. So that's what we've got for nutrition plan today for this run. Let's see how much we can climb. And so there's a component of everything in there where I'm trying to find if there's things out there that don't work for me. I don't want to make that mistake, and fingers crossed we don't, but it's a much less costly mistake to do it on a training run than it does in a race that I care about, or just a race I paid for. These sorts of things. So we're working on that, and so it's we want to kind of test out more than just simply moving our feet. We want to test out and practice the strategies. Thus far, I've done okay. I've done solid with it, especially for the first hour. And then in that back half, I get a little bit, I don't do as well after the first hour. So today, my big goal is to hold nutrition strategy through the entire thing. And yeah, that's what we've got going on. So we're gonna make sure we're hitting water. We're gonna make sure we're getting those carbs down that we already talked about. Gear set up, getting used to carrying the things that I'm gonna need to carry, especially the extras that I'll be carrying relative to, you know, being an amputee. So let's get to this trail. Let's go knock it out. All right, we're here. We are ready to go. Joel, we're not ready to go. We're almost ready to go. We just got the gear out. We got our vest all packed up. We already talked about what's in there. Water bottles are full. Electrolytes are where they need to be. We got our blade. Got my one shoe. Got my poles. I've been liking this Airwave mouthpiece lately, so we're gonna stick with that. Very poor sleep last night for no apparent reason. So we're gonna put it all in our favor. I got Scuba G1M right in here, so that's gonna start the carbs for our goal. Yeah, let's go. All right. Full on suited and booted. We got the vests, we got our walkie sticks. Let's go see what we can get done in 2 hours. So one thing about this trail that's really good for Broken Arrow is it starts with a big climb. Not as big as Broken Arrow, but it makes me start with the big climb. So that's a really good piece of this trail. Broken Arrow's like got over 3,000 feet of climbing and like 3.5 miles or some shit. It's a lot. So this at least gets me to into the basic concept. Well, took about not quite 20 minutes, but about 500 feet of gain before we're doing any real running, but here we are. Name of the game, can I get off of those climbs and still have the legs to move when it's flat? So let's go. The other piece of that, what comes up must go down. We are about to hit this little downhill piece and then some. I think it's the only like gravel portion, so that's good. I prefer dirt over gravel with the prosthetic. Probably ain't gonna do selfie filming on this one. I mean, is that really a question? We're going straight. Neat. One of those you gotta do a little work to get the reward, but man, it's worth it. Look at fucking that. Look at that hawk. Something a little special whenever a hawk gets that close to you. I got a buddy that's real big on that one. I'm not gonna butcher it because that's I don't know the legend, if you will, well enough. But it's a Native American thing about kind of right place, right time, right direction in life that the hawk kind of shows up. And it's I don't know, I always get that feel. Got to the bottom, going back up on the other side. And that guy is steep. All right, so just finished the trail, not the time, actually. I'm only like 50 minutes in, so I got another, basically I'm gonna go do it again. I'm just shy of 1,000 feet of climbing, and I'm actually kind of practicing one of the things that I'm the most concerned about, which is like aid stations and crewing and stuff. Every time I watch somebody who is doing one of these things, like doing an ultra and these sorts of races, I'm always like concerned about my ability to get back up and go after this. So stop the time. I'm not gonna take my leg off, but I am gonna drain a bunch of water out of the liner. Fun. So I'm doing a bunch of that sort of stuff. I'm gonna knock down a gel and go do it one more time. Correction, we will be taking the liner off and putting it back on. Again, these are all things I don't want to leave up to chance, So that means that they've got to be practiced, and that means we're going to go completely. We're sweating pretty bad today. Did not sleep well. My whoop is like, my whoop says you're fucked, but that doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, like I said, so we're going to practice, basically just practicing an aid station right now. A self-supported version of it, which is probably how most of these are going to go for me. Other pieces we get to do here now because of this, though, we learn more about what we want out of the organization of the vest and the kit and the, what needs to be where. Do I need one of these socks? Do I need 7 of these socks? All that little shit. By doing this, I take advantage of an opportunity to practice and learn, not operate on how I think. It'll also give me ideas on other stuff to try and things of that nature. So we're gonna slide this guy back on. Knock down that gel. Cool. These guys are dope. Cool dudes, good product. Funny, I almost feel like I'm more concerned about finishing these gels up, making sure I get every bit. It's not even about every little calorie, which it is in the type of racing we're trying to do. But I do not want to put one of these things in my shorts, waiting for trash can, and then have gel in it, and then it gets all over my shorts. For whatever reason, that's the bigger motivator to me, if I'm being completely honest. Oh man. All right, we are back on the trail, and this thing started with about 500 feet of gain. So we're about to go knock out about another 500 feet of gain. Yeah. All right, we are done. I am walking it back to the truck. I'm also probably gonna sneeze. Correct. That was phenomenal. That was so fucking good. Yeah, it was a good kind of hard. Apparently I sneeze now when I get done running. Man, that was just good. It was a good kind of hard. I feel like if I needed to, I could go do another lap, which is good. I'm also stoked that I'm not. I am sufficiently tired as well. But yeah, that was good. We got 1884 is what my watch is reading right now. Sometimes those numbers change a little bit after you actually finish up the activity and it actually takes the data. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, went well. I hammered my nutrition plan start to finish, so that's very good. I got in all my calories. I drained my water. I kept myself busy. I did stop and talk. At one point, I was just getting ready to go back up a hill. I was eating a snack. Guy came by. Cool dude. Cool conversation. I'm never against saying hi to nice people. And no, there was one really cool bit of reflection. I mentioned it earlier. My dude Jeremy Miller, one of the owners, let's go Switchback. Guys got my hat and the electrolytes I use. And so I just watched his documentary last night about his first 100-miler, and he talked about, there was a point where that first time he ran a full mile was such a victory. And he reflected on that a lot as he's doing a 100-mile race. And I kind of, I was just like, man, if this isn't the best part of the whole fucking thing, I'm not sure I know what is, because that's the reality. So if you are watching this and you want to run, or you're thinking about running, or you have started running a bunch of times and you keep not following through, one, that running 1 mile unbroken is a victory. If it's a victory, it's a victory. Don't write that off. Do not write off whatever the victory is. Yes, there's always somebody who can and has done more because they started first. That's why there is that quote of, don't compare someone's chapter 20 to your chapter 1.
It's really important. But like, celebrate the victories as they are. I mean, this came out to like a little over 6 miles. I've run way over 6 miles. I've run 26 miles. But this is a victory. Like, I didn't sleep well last night. My whoop, I was in the red. I'm in the red today. See, right there. I'm in the red. And there were components of this that I very much felt that. Like, I'm not gonna be like, whoop's a liar, whoop is wrong. No, whoop is probably more right. But here's what's cool is I went out and proved to myself that I don't have to feel my best to try my best. I got to have that little victory. I got to have this win. And just because more has been done or I have done more, it doesn't diminish any of that. It doesn't make it a lesser thing. Like, fuck, take whatever your favorite sport is. You know how many wins it takes to win the Stanley Cup? Those wins aren't not worth being there for and being present for. I thought I was gonna eat it. Still might. Like, think of your progress and your success. Like, again, the NHL season's 82 games. Hockey's my sport. 82 games in a season. You're probably gonna have to win 50 to 60 for the most part, at minimum, to get to the playoffs. And then you got to win 4 games per series 3 times to get the Stanley Cup, and then you got to win another 4. Those 50, 60 wins are not lesser celebrations. You have to do them. You have to have those wins to do the big thing. And whereas, like, I've got big things that I'm hoping for, I'm also really, really good at writing myself off, and that's not a positive. People want to church it up and get hard, and I don't know, however the hell you want to do it and say it, but like, man, it's just so important to be like, yeah, today was another win, and I have to stack a lot of wins to do the things that I want to do. The win is not the finish line, and no wins until then. I got to stack a bunch of smaller scale wins to even get the opportunity to get a big scale win. So I'm just earning my way there. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for popping in the video. Sorry for not having anything for you last week. Yeah. Like and comment and subscribe and whatever the heck. But yeah. Go celebrate that mile.
Yeah. I love fucking making tracks though. Jesus.
Hey, I'm just on it, I'm ballin', I'm back on my shit like I'm Christopher Wallace. They wanna tell me that I wanna make it, I tell them I do it, I'm back and I run it. Homie, you beat me, homie, I beat you, leave, and I do just what I wanted. Honestly, they wanna tell me I quit, they wanna tell me I wanna